The Ecclesiastical Province of Lokoja Anglican Communion has hosted the 2023 annual Senior Clergy Wives Retreat at the Cathedral Church of St. Peter's, Mina, with the theme, Shepherding God's Flock, taken from Psalm 23 and 1 Peter chapter 5, verses 1 to 4. Having some senior clergy wives from different dioceses in the Anglican Communion, the retreat also had in attendance the Primate, Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion, His Grace, the Most Reverend Dr. Henry Ndukuba, and President, Mothers Union and Women's Guild of the Anglican Communion, Mrs. Angela Ndukuba, who encouraged the women to stand firm, propagating the gospel, seeing themselves as co-workers with their husbands. According to the Primate and his wife in an interview, said the retreat will go a long way in imparting the life of families, church, and the society, as the ministry of women is important in times like these.
For the Anglican Communion, the leadership of the women is very, very vital because a good number of our members are mainly women, and the women ministry occupy a very important place in the ministry of the Church of Nigeria. And this is a way of investing in the leadership of the women so that they will be able to impact more on the life of the church and the family and by extension in our nation. And the call of God upon our lives at such a time as this is for us to represent God in this challenging time and proclaim the word of God, encourage people to stand strong in things that confront them, and that is why shepherding them in such a time as this is very important.
At the host of this program, I hope and I believe that they will go home refreshed. They will go home more enlightened. They will go home more educated and be able to impart whatever they have learned here to the other women in their dioceses. There is no time we can pick all the women, all our clergy wives, all the senior clergy wives in our different dioceses. That is why this few has been called apart. So it is our belief that as they go home, they will impart unto others whatever that they have gained here.
The program had various talks on the topic, My Role in Shepherding God's Flock by Right Reverend Jonah Ibrahim, Anglican Bishop of Kotangora, Balancing Family Life and Ministry Responsibilities by Mrs. Abiodun Egbono, wife of the Anglican Bishop of Lokoja Diocese, Merits and Demerits of Social Media in the Church and Among Christian Families by Mrs. Deborah Akobe, wife of the Anglican Bishop of Kaba Diocese, among others.
When you read the Bible, God relates with his people as shepherds and flocks. And all that he has been doing, he's been guiding us, he's been leading us and protecting us because he is our shepherd. So a biblical perspective of clergy's wife's role is clearly stated in the scriptures. Like I said, even though presently in the Anglican Church of Nigeria, women are not yet ordained, but as clergy's wives, we have a very important role to play.
To achieve these roles, prayer, purpose, preparation, and persistence effectively, is that I will not just be a clergy wife, but I will be a clergy wife of honor unto the Lord.
Media moves religious imagination in accordance with cultural environment. The media have taken over many of the social functions of institutionalized religion, providing both moral and spiritual guidance. Do you know that you can have a lot of people follow you on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube without coming to the church? Especially when we had the experience of lockdown, the COVID-19, it actually exposed a lot of us. Do you know that you can have service on social media, on your Twitter, on your YouTube, on your WhatsApp, name it. And so as mothers, pastors' wives, senior clergy wives, if we don't have an idea of how to use our phones and access so many things on it, I think we should have some little training on computer and how to use these phones.